In 2012-2013 season, Greivis Vasquez was the starting point guard for the New Orleans Hornets. It was the last season before New Orleans franchise changed its name to the New Orleans Pelicans, but that's not the story. Greivis Vasquez was the third best passer in the league that season. Averaging 9 assists per game, Greivis Vasquez was a better, or at least a more productive passer than Deron Williams, Tony Parker, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Steph Curry. But there's no reason to call all the big names he was ahead of. That season, only Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo were passing the ball more, and in total assists, he even beat both of those guys and led the league with 704 total assists. And now, 6 years later, he's out of the league. He's been out of the league for 2 seasons already. Hello everyone, I'm Purple Prince, and today I'm talking about Greivis Vasquez, his career, and what happened to a player that once was one of the best passers in the league. Greivis Vasquez went to the University of Maryland, where in 4 years he showed his overall impact on the game. In 4 seasons, Greivis Vasquez averaged 16 points, 6.3 assists, and 4.6 rebounds for the Maryland Terrapins. And not only that, in his senior year, he made a consensus second-team All-American, was the ACC Player of the Year, first-team All-ACC, and received the 2010 Bob Cousy Award for being the nation's best collegiate point guard, ahead of John Wall and Evan Turner. He was the only player in the country to average more than 18 points and 6 assists. Sounds like a budding superstar, doesn't it? But even though he had a great college career, Greivis Vasquez wasn't too high on a lot of teams' lists. Vasquez was drafted with just the 28th pick in the 2010 NBA draft by the Memphis Grizzlies. In his rookie year, Greivis was an afterthought. He played just 12.3 minutes per game, averaging 3.6 points and 2.2 assists. After just a year in Memphis, Vasquez was traded to the New Orleans Hornets, and the Hornets saw something in him. Playing more, Vasquez was productive. Filling sort of a sixth-man role and coming off the bench behind Jared Jack, Vasquez was playing 25.8 minutes per game and averaged 8.9 points and 5.4 assists. Next season, Greivis Vasquez was inserted as the starting point guard for the New Orleans Hornets, and boy did he respond. Greivis Vasquez had a career year, averaging 13.9 points, 9 assists, and 4.3 rebounds per game. Vasquez finished the year leading the NBA in total assists and finished second in the voting for the most improved player. Somehow though, the New Orleans franchise didn't see him as the cornerstone for the future, and after the season, maybe wisely so, using his high value after an incredible year, Vasquez was traded to the Sacramento Kings for Tyreke Evans. His stint in Sacramento was very short. Even though he was the team's starting point guard, he played just 22.5 minutes per game, and 18 games in total for the Kings before being traded to the Toronto Raptors. In Toronto, Vasquez was a part of a clogged backcourt. The starting point guard was Kyle Lowry, and deservedly so. Greivis Vasquez served as a backup shooting guard to DeMar DeRozan, and actually did a good job. In 21.5 minutes, he averaged 9.5 points and 3.7 assists. Toronto thought he did a good job as well, so they re-signed Vasquez to a 2-year, $13 million deal. In 2014-2015 season, Vasquez played his natural point guard position. Behind Kyle Lowry, Vasquez averaged 24.3 minutes, 9.5 points, and 3.7 assists, basically duplicating his stats from the first season with the Raptors. Vasquez didn't get his 2 years in Toronto. In the 2015 NBA offseason, he was once again traded, this time to the Milwaukee Bucks, and that's when the problem started. In Milwaukee, he was a reserve point guard, but only played 23 games because he had to undergo a surgery to remove a bone spur and loose bodies from his right ankle. After a short stint in Milwaukee, the Brooklyn Nets signed Vasquez for the 2016-2017 season, but after only 3 games, he was waived. Vasquez has been out of the league since. Vasquez has been having problems with his right ankle, a rupture that has become chronic. He can't really play because of his ankle. He's had multiple operations to try to fix it, but it keeps coming back. In October 2018, he said he still hopes to return to the NBA and ruled out a possible career in Europe. The approach is to go back to the NBA. Playing in Europe is a bit difficult because of the style of play, since you train a lot more and play 1 or 2 games per week. It's hard for me to have the ankle grip if I train more than I play. In the NBA, you play 3 or 4 games a week and you train a lot less, which is what my body needs. I think I'll have one last chance to play in the NBA and sign a 2-year contract and then retire in Venezuela. His injury is complex, and there is no certainty he'll ever return to the court. As it stands now, in his NBA career, Greivis Vasquez has played in 401 games, averaging 9 points, 4.8 assists, and 2.5 rebounds. He was one of the best passers in the league, but somehow all went wrong in an instant. He's the best Venezuelan basketball player in history, but the future doesn't seem bright. Hopefully, he's able to return to basketball. He's 32 years old, so his best years are probably behind him, and his injury history doesn't bode well for the comeback. But in the end, if he doesn't return, I at least hope he can live a healthy life, maybe close to basketball. Thank you very much for watching, guys. What do you think Greivis Vasquez could have achieved if not for the ankle problems? Do you think New Orleans made a mistake giving up on him after such a stellar season for them? Whatever your thought is, please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and share this video with your friends. And like always, don't forget to subscribe for future NBA content. Thanks. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.